If you're in a toxic relationship, then this is the video for you. I'm going to share with you my story, okay? And if there's anyone that knows toxic relationships, it's me. I was in one for 7 years, and hopefully you'll be able to relate to certain parts of my previous relationship. You can learn from my mistakes, okay? And you can then give yourself the love, the courage, the determination to actually walk away and have some respect for yourself, right, as a man. So I was in a 7-year relationship, okay? And out of that 7 years, I would say pretty much that whole 7 years of that relationship was very toxic, right? And it got to a point where it was just literally a relationship where we both got comfortable with one another. My mental health wasn't good. Okay, I was also living a double life. I was, indulging in instant gratification, doing drugs, trying to maintain everything, right? Be the ideal boyfriend, be the person that was, also going out with toxic friends. And my life was just very toxic at that time, right? My mental health wasn't good. Yes, I would go to the gym, but it would probably be about 3 times a week. I didn't eat correctly. And I literally had insecurities, okay? I wasn't the best version of myself. And as that relationship progressed, my mental health really deteriorated, right? Now, I had the relationship where I was with someone. We got the rental property in both our names at that time, right? I also had a house, and we did the whole living together, right? We were living together, and because I didn't fix myself from previous relationships, right? I literally was seeking external love to fill that empty void in my heart, right? My situation was, I was hoping this girl would be someone that would bring me joy, because I didn't love myself enough. I had insecurities. I was, wanting her to fill that gap, right? And I literally counted on her. So I made her my sole focus. And every time we had, arguments, there were literally those arguments that, and you might be able to relate with this, right? There were those arguments that you'd say nasty things to one another, right? She would test me, like she would say things to me. I would take it very personal and I would fire back, right? And this relationship, instead of being a relationship, where you're the man, you're meant to lead, right? She's on your team and she respects you. It became a relationship where we were at war with one another, right? So it was one of those up and down sort of relationships, like hot and cold relationships. So, 1 minute we're in love, next minute we're arguing like we hate each other, right? Saying nasty things to one another, upsetting each other's feelings. And this went on for a long time, man, right? Went on for a very, very long time. There'd even be times where I was like ready to go to the gym. She would say something to piss me off. I would get so triggered. I would say something back to piss her off. I'd end up paying karmic debt for that. And then it would throw me off my course, right? I didn't get to go to the gym. I ended up, having to pay karmic debt. And we'd go spend the day with one another, right? And that was just pushing me further and further away from becoming, a better version of myself, right? Things that I needed, or things you need as a man to, look after your mental health, your mental well-being. I was neglecting that, right? I was making her the sole focus in my life. She was the purpose, I guess you could say. And I was relying on her to fill that empty void in my life. And when you get to a stage where you're in a relationship, you know, you try to leave, like you try to, I guess it's like a little stupid tactic that, you know, people do. I basically would, you know, get my stuff and say, I'm going, I'm leaving, I'm done with this, right? And she'd be like, no, don't go. And then like, I wouldn't go, because in the back of my mind, even though I'd threaten her and say, I want to leave, I'm done, you'll be able to relate to this too, right? You're wanting her to call you back. You're wanting her to say to you, please don't go, right? And the more times I kept doing that, right? I kept, you know, threatening to leave, and then I wouldn't leave. It just became so common that she knew I wasn't going to leave, right? And where was I going to go, bro? I was in a relationship where we both had like a rental property with one another, right? We were together, like the lease was under both our names, right? So where was I going to go? Like disappear for like a couple of hours and come back? I literally would just like, every time I threatened to leave her, I would, you know, I would want her to call me to say, no, don't go, right? And it just ended up being a vicious cycle, right? And every time she would try to say, I'm leaving, I'm going, I would be like, no, don't go, right? And it just went on like that for ages, man. It was so toxic. There was like so many like highs and then so many ultra lows. And eventually, bro, it will take a toll on your mental health, right? It will throw you off your purpose as a man. And you've pretty much entered like a vicious cycle, right? And it's something that you must understand, right? You know, in the back of your head, you know, if you listen to your inner voice, you know, your intuition, you know that this relationship is over. You just are operating from that low of a frequency that you're scared, right? You're scared. And I was scared too, man. I can tell you this now. I was scared because I wasn't my best version of myself, okay? I was literally like 22% body fat. I didn't look the best. I had addictions in my life. I had insecurities. I didn't have self-love. And that just limited myself to that relationship because I thought that was all I was worth. And on top of that as well, I was relying on her for that external love, right? To give me that external love. And that's where I went wrong, right? I got complacent in the relationship. I got comfortable. I lost my frame. And once something is broken, it is very, very hard to put that back together, bro. Literally very hard to put that back together, okay? When you're operating from a high frequency, when you're being your best self, right? You've got self-love, you look the part, you feel the part, you're putting a dent in the universe, you're truly being your best version possible. You know your self-worth, right? And when you know your self-worth, you don't get yourself in toxic situations. Because you're operating from high frequency, you've got good energy, right? You're very positive. Anyone that's negative that comes within your path, you've got like an automatic radar where you just don't even want to be around these people, right? And you're like, yep, no thanks, not for me. And when you build yourself up, build your character up, right, into the man you need to become, you end up getting a girl that you actually deserve, right? You start matching frequencies and you get a girl you actually deserve, right? It's when you don't look after yourself, you don't put in the work, you don't have any purpose, right? Your sole purpose or sole focus is a woman. You got no aspirations, right? It would just be a matter of time before this relationship will be completely over, okay? Now look, you can learn the easy way, which is paying attention to someone else who's done it, someone else who's been through it, and someone who's actually in a relationship where my girl's literally like a cheerleader. She's literally just cheering for me, complimenting my life, making it easy, okay? And that's what you've also got waiting for you on the other side, man. You've got someone out there, but you must be that man. You must be worthy, right? You must be putting in the work. You must fall in love with the process, fall in love with yourself, right? When you got respect for yourself, when you're not needy and you're not relying on external circumstances to make you happy, and you love yourself within, having a relationship is so much easier, man. Okay, so much easier. I wish I had someone to actually tell me this earlier, right? And unfortunately, I had to learn the hard way, right? 7 years later, bro, I had to learn this. When I should have ended it, right? Regardless who's at fault, when something's broken, it cannot be fixed, okay? Just picture a glass. When you drop that glass on the floor and it cracks, no matter what super glue you use, no matter what you try to do to put that back together, it won't go back together, bro. It's broken, right? You can't mend something that's broken. You can't go to couples therapy and try to fix something that's broken, okay? It just doesn't work. Learn from my mistakes, because you will save yourself a lot of headache. At least have the fucking balls to have respect for yourself, right? And just end that relationship. End it and just say, look, it's too toxic. This is not for me. All right, I wish you well, but I want to end this relationship, right? She's going to know why, right? She's going to know that it's toxic. It's just sometimes, we can get in relationships where they just operate on autopilot. You get complacent with one another. She believes she can't find someone else. You believe you can't find someone else, and you both settle for shit when you're actually not the right people for one another, right? You're not each other's pick. And the sooner you realize this, the easier it will be, man. Because look, I understand, you're operating from low frequency. You've got a scarcity mindset. You don't think there's any other girl in the world for you. Brother, there is so many women out there. I used to think like you. That's why I stayed stuck for 7 years, right? And you don't have to make those same mistakes. The sooner you end it and start self-improving, have respect for yourself, work on creating the best version possible that you can, the quicker you will actually meet someone who will align with you more. And I know breakups suck. I know they're hard. Trust me, okay? I've been through it myself. It's very, very painful. I get it. But either way, you're gonna have to go through it, man. You're gonna go through it. It's just a matter of when, right? The sooner you cut it off, the easier it will be. I know it's not gonna be easy when you walk away, but either way, you will understand a lot more about yourself, and you'll start aligning with the right person that's gonna complement your life. But you must have purpose as a man, okay? Your girl can't be your everything. She can't be the the air that you breathe, the oxygen in your lungs. It's not realistic, bro. It's not healthy as well as a man. Okay, it's gonna throw you off course. And I don't want you to wake up 10 years down the track in a toxic relationship where you've got children, you can't get out of it, and now you're invested in something that you don't want to be invested in, but you have to be because you've got children with her, right? That would be such a shit existence, being with someone that you don't even want to really be with, but you're with them for the kids. Fuck that. You're better than that, right? And this same girl, bro, going back to the story, this same girl, she literally hit me up not long ago, and she wanted to re-spark the relationship. She wanted something, and I told her, look, I'm with someone else, I'm happy. And she even still had the nerve to ask me to come for coffee with her. She wanted to repair it. And guess how my body was feeling, bro, at that time, right? When she was saying those things to me, like through WhatsApp, I started to get like ugly, chilled vibes. My mind started to go back to those toxic days. And I was like, definitely not going backwards, bro. I wouldn't even like put energy to the thought. So I just literally had to completely cut her off, okay? And even when I was messaging her, man, it just felt disgusting because it's sort of like that chapter's closed. I'm not going backwards. I found a girl that complements my life, that understands me, that lets me be a man. She stays very feminine, and we've got good boundaries in place, right? So just what I'm trying to get at is the energy I was feeling when she was messaging me. I started to get sort of flashbacks from the past, and I don't live in the past, bro. I live in the present moment. And when my mind tries to drift in the past, it starts messing my energy up, right? My frequency. I start feeling shit. I start getting like ugly vibes, bro. And that's my intuition. It's my gut instinct talking to me. And because I've got self-awareness, I listen to myself, and I just cut that shit off, bro. Just cut that shit off straight away. I don't give that energy, okay, at all. And she could see that I'm doing well, man. She's stalked my Instagram. She can see how I'm doing. I'm definitely not the same person. I look different. My energy's different. My lifestyle's different. She can see I'm a man on purpose, and she wanted to have a piece of that, bro. She was fucking literally, like, she was telling me I was crying all day, like, because she could see that I've leveled up, man. She could see that I leveled up, and she wanted a piece of that. But it's over, and when it's over, when the glass is broken, you can't put it together, okay? And girls will test you during the relationship, okay? Even when you got masculine frame, it doesn't matter. They will test you, but you must call them out, set your boundaries, and say you're not tolerating this bullshit when they try to do, or they try to say something without thinking, you know? Because girls sometimes are very led by their emotions. They sometimes don't think. They say some stupid shit sometimes. But always stop my girl. If she ever does that, I'll put her in her place. I'll make another video on that, right? When women test you. But I'm able to be someone that my girl will fear, because she knows, good luck trying to replace me. Good luck trying to find someone like me. Good luck finding a man on his purpose that's trying to be the best version of himself, while the rest of men are just falling apart, right? But you're different, man. You're different, all right? You're watching this for a reason. This is a video that hasn't come to you just by accident. This is a sign, all right? Because I'm sending a message for my past failures, doing my due diligence from the universe, sending you this message as a wake-up call to end this toxic relationship. You don't want to do what I did, let it drag on for years, and then get to a point where you're either stuck in a relationship with kids and you don't even have any feelings towards her anymore because you're over it, or you've literally just dragged this out. You become more and more out of shape. You've settled for less. She's lost all sorts of respect for you as a man. And you're just comfortable. You're just comfortable in a relationship that brings you no value as a man, right? You don't know what else is out there because you're not willing to put in the work. So I say, you must put in the work, become the best version of yourself, right? And be someone that she actually respects and looks up to as a leader, okay? That's what I'm saying. In life, when you go through actually problems, when you go through things, right, and you come out on the other side and become a better version, you start attracting more things that are more suited, right, to you. You don't attract the low value women. You don't attract the negative energy women. You don't attract the women who have got issues, because you're at a point where you're vibing so high, your frequency, that those sort of girls are not even on your radar, right? I don't go desperately seeking and just accepting any girl because I'm lonely. Fuck that. I love myself. I love what I see in the mirror, right? I was willing to put in work when everyone else went out on the weekend, right? I was willing to weigh my food up when everyone else was eating fucking takeaway and junk food. I was willing to wake up early in the morning and stick to my morning process while everyone else was cozier in their little blanket. You have a choice, okay? You're not stuck. You're not mutually obligated to a woman. You have a choice. And if it's toxic, it's a relationship that's toxic. You've tried to walk away. You've done that bullshit numerous times. It's a sign, bro. It's actually your fault, right? You're not willing to put in any work. You've gotten complacent and you're living with a scarcity mindset, thinking she's the only girl for you, when there's like millions and millions and millions of girls out there, literally in this day and age. And you get to see that once you come out on the other side, right? When you start operating from a high frequency, you become your best self. You've got your purpose. You start seeing, you start attracting that, right? Law of the universe, bro. I know it might sound very hard to understand because you're at a point where you're like down here at the moment, right? And you don't have much self-love, and you have negative self-talk, and you don't think you're worthy. I get it, okay? I was at that point. But just trust me when I say this, bro. I've been there, I've done that. Didn't serve me, and now I'm in the happiest relationship that I've ever been in, right? And you can have that too, man. I'm telling you, like, if you could just walk away, have self-respect, have some respect for yourself, walk away, as hard as it is. You're a man, grab your balls, leave, and work on yourself. And then good things will start flowing in your life when you're worthy, all right? So look, I'm gonna end the video here. If you like my content, you vibe with what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying, hit the subscribe button. It really helps boost my channel. I just try to give you real, straight up, no bullshit advice with things I've personally been in my life. I don't try to teach anyone anything that I don't have any knowledge about, right? So just sharing my wisdom, bro, from my past failures. So yeah, have a beautiful, blessed day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.